How's everyone going today? It is your boy Creeper Gamer, and Jesus, it's literally getting hot in here, but not as hot as this one right over here, because today we're going to be doing this again by taking a break on playing games and moving on to reaction videos. And of course for today I'm going to be reacting to the story of Dave the bus driver from Fluffy. So you guys know how this is. Apparently, since this is like a new Fluffy Bits whole entire thing, you know, apparently the audio has been changed. We're basically saying, since it's nothing like in the Netflix comedy special shows, it's more like now looking like he's doing a podcast or something like that, while literally pretending to tell the story in front of a live studio audience, like what he usually does in his comedy specials. So I don't know, considering that this has already been out, apparently we might finally get the truth about Dave the bus driver. To which, once again, considering that the audio might be different, so I'm just getting a little bit of a warning, of a heads up or something like that, but can't wait to find out if he's gonna literally explain the truth about Dave. Like, hey, maybe we might actually get the truth about the whole entire why he kicked out Kenny G off of his own bus. Because again, in that Netflix special, One Show Fits All, I thought Fluffy was talking about Kenny G using words that Dave would not allow him to use, like if he was using slurs or something like that. Who knows, maybe we might finally get the truth here, so we're about to find out. So without further ado, if you guys are new to my channel, if you want to give this video a like and subscribe if you want to, please do so. And of course, if you have any suggestions for new games, childhood classics, and reaction videos, comment down below. Let's find out the truth, shall we?
I have a bus driver. His name is Dave.
Let's go.
I've mentioned him once or twice in my specials, but never really talked about him. Would like to take this moment to acknowledge him, even though he's not here. He's the hardest working person I know. He's been working with me now. This is our 10-year anniversary this year. And yeah. He has successfully gotten me to every single comedy show except this one. We did this one on our own. He's a good...
Okay, so once again, going to your comedy show, One Show Fits All, you literally said that Dave has successfully gotten you to every single show that you have to be to without fail. And all of a sudden, this was probably his first fail. So come on, Fluffy, why did you say that in your Netflix special? And all of a sudden you literally said, oh, Dave has successfully taken me to every single show without fail. But here, he dropped the ball. Really? Again, thank goodness we have Fluffy Bits and the audio is very different. So again, we want the truth, buddy.
Good dude, though. He is. If I had to describe him to you, my bus driver, Dave, he looks like the word America. Not America. America. He's about 6 feet tall. He's white. He's got a gray beard and he wears a trucker hat. And he's got to be the hardest working person I know. And this is coming from a person who's on the road 46 weeks out of the year. Okay? Difference is I go home every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dave stays on the bus driving it to the next city. Christmas time, I was at home. Dave was on the road driving that bus. New Year's, I was at home. Dave was driving that bus. He has a lot of pride and dedication into what he does. He knows what he signed up for, and he takes it very serious. And so, like I said, hardworking dude.
Is he literally trying to stay in that bus like it's his own home or something like that? Seriously. Yeah, whenever we had to deal with this whole entire thing, like when the show is over, guess what? Dave stays on that bus. And guess what? When Christmas time is here, guess what? He stays on the bus. And when New Year happens, oh, wait a minute. Guess what? Wait for it. Boom! He stays on that bus. Are you literally telling me like that is literally, like, let's just say that's his RV? But again, it has Fluffy's name and his face on it. Like, all of a sudden, that bus is like his home. How does he cook? How does he shower? How does he use the bathroom? How does he watch wash his hands. The dude literally takes pride in his own community to literally stay on that bus and literally just act like that's his home or something like that. So just in case, for all this whole entire things that you've been dealing with, Fluffy, are you telling me that this is literally Dave's mobile home? Like he doesn't even have a home or something like that? What the absolute hell?
New Year's, I was at home. Dave was driving that bus. He has a lot of pride and dedication.
This is my house on wheels.
Up for, and he takes it very serious. And so, like I said, hardworking.
Why? Does he have a home?
Dave is also, he's very honest.
Jeez.
Now, when I say honest, I don't mean, he does his taxes right. I mean painfully honest. No filter honest. He talks the way people used to. Okay? And it's, some people say, well, that's, like, I'll give you an example. Before he worked for me, he used to drive another artist by the name of Kenny G. I don't know if some of you are familiar with Kenny G.
You are not an artist. You are a comedian. Again, I don't see Fluffy literally playing an instrument. I don't see him literally becoming a singer. But more importantly, again, he literally told that one story where he was a DJ in Magic Mike. Where, again, Warner Brothers got his fat ass. Because he said it right there. Apparently in the movie, you couldn't even see the DJ equipment, but instead, all you see is a chubby pervert having the time of his life. But since we're here nowadays, who gives a shit about his girlfriend, am I right? Oh, so you're gay.
Saxophone, Grammy Award winner.
Again, since we're here nowadays, it's not even a laughing matter.
Got upset,
you know what I'm saying?
With Dave because he wasn't driving.
Wait, hold on. Excuse me?
By the name of Kenny G.
Oh, we're gonna finally get it.
I don't know if some of you are familiar with Kenny G. Played the saxophone, Grammy Award winner. Kenny G got upset with Dave because he wasn't driving fast enough. And so he goes up to the front of the bus and he starts to yell at Dave. Dave doesn't want to get into a shouting match with him. So what does he do? He kicked Kenny G off of his own tour bus.
We finally got the truth! We finally got the truth! Oh my goodness, I already mentioned your freaking comedy special in my intro. One show fits all. So that is how he got his ass kicked out of his own bus. Again, why did you say in your show he was using words at Dave that he would not allow him to use? Like, I thought he was being racist. I thought he was using slurs. And Dave gave him a warning to not use those words in front of him. But really, all this time, Dave was driving slow on that bus, and all of a sudden, it pissed off Kenny G, and all of a sudden, he was getting into a shouting match, and all of a sudden, that's how he got his ass kicked out of his own bus.
He kicked Kenny G off of his own tour
Lesson
bus.
learned to not shout match at me ever again, son.
Because he would rather lose his job
We
than
finally
lose his
get the
self-respect.
truth.
Okay, that's who works for me. Now,
Again,
said,
don't lie,
let me tell
Fluffy.
you about the interview process. I've never had an interview like this.
Oh my goodness. Again, you and your goddamn comedy special, motherfucker. Again, when you said you should have seen the interview, I thought you were talking about that Seth Rogen comedy. Again, I thought he was talking about the Seth Rogen movie, but are you serious? So, okay, this is the interview process that you're talking about, not the Seth Rogen movie.
He just looks at me and says, "Hey, I don't give a shit who you are. You treat me right, I'll treat you right. You pay me on time, you'll live."
Again, you made a deal with the devil.
Why would you employ someone who speaks that way? I
Seriously?
said, because he's honest. At least with Dave,
I thought he was going to turn yellow, but instead he's a
Nowadays,
fly.
it's so hard to tell who's being genuine and who has an agenda. And like I said with Dave, if he likes you, he loves you. And if not, you're on the sidewalk with Kenny G.
Man and Fluffy Bits, the lesson here is that you better not be talking shit about Dave. Since apparently Fluffy said it right there. You do not talk shit about Dave. Because again, like what he said, you treat him right, he'll treat you right. Again, literally having the equal side right over here. Again, make it even instead of the odd, okay? So once again, if you dare get into a shouting match or whatever it is with Dave, he'll kick your ass out of that fucking bus like what he did to G.
He keeps that bus.
So again, you better watch what you're saying in front of him, buddy. Otherwise you're gonna get your ass kicked.
One night,
this again, if I were you, I'd stay away from Dave.
Not one night, but this night.
Again! Fluffy looked like he made a deal with the devil.
Let's be serious. Yeah, I know. I'm just one night.
Yeah, if you pay me on time, you live.
And
so what, if I don't pay you, you kill me?
The solo cup hit the floor.
Again, fuck this job.
I just figured, oh, I'll get up
like,
in a minute.
He's not my boss.
The fact that I didn't get up right then and there to pick up the cup annoyed Dave. And he looks at me and he says, "Hey, I ain't your mama. Pick that shit up." I get to the back of the bus and I'm like, wait a minute, I pay him. I said, "Dave, shut up. Yeah, I'll be in the back." There is a lot of respect for this man. That being said, let me share a story with you. About a year and a half ago, maybe longer, we're on the bus and we're heading down the highway. Just so you have an
that looks like it's off the line.
Of the layout of the bus. Let's just say this is the front. Here's Dave, the driver. Empty seat next to him. A sliding door that goes in between Dave and the rest of the bus. My buddy,
seriously? So that's what the bus looks like on the inside. I was like wondering, how the hell does he go to the bathroom? How the hell does he take a shower? How the hell does he cook? And where does he sleep? But really? I swear, that's literally where Dave lives, in that freaking bus. I don't know if I should feel sorry for him. Again, where's the bathroom? Where's the shower? Where's the kitchen? Like, literally, for that big-ass bus? Are you kidding me?
Goes in between Dave.
And where did you get the drinks?
My buddy Alfred and I are sitting in the living room area.
And yeah, you're watching TV in there. How?
We're watching the news. And on the news, we're watching this person who is running for some type of office. No particular office. And I guess their big plan is to erect.
I watch Animat because of this son of a bitch.
Between two bodies of land. No particular land.
Huh.
And I guess they want one side of the structure to be responsible for the financing. And Alfred and I, we have a...
This again, it's literally a reference. I will build a great, great wall on our southern borders, and I'm gonna make Mexico pay for that wall.
A lot of family in
again, reference.
And we know a bad job when we have a lot of family.
Damn, that's a lot of Alfreds and Fluffies.
And we know a bad job when we see one, so we started to voice our opinion about how we felt.
Don't be pissy and arguing with him, otherwise he's gonna be suing you.
We were being a little too loud. Dave could hear us. We were being a little too loud. Dave could hear us. And then we hear Dave.
America.
Seriously?
I yell out to Dave. I go, "Be quiet, Dave. You don't understand. This isn't about you." Dave.
I'm pretty sure he's literally laughing at that moment that he's pissed off. Well, not Dave, but Fluffy and... yeah, Alfred, right? Or Albert? What the fuck his name? Apparently they're pissed off because apparently, again, he's like, I will build a great, great wall on our southern borders and have Mexico pay for that wall. And all of a sudden, Fluffy and Alfred, I think that's his name? Again, fuck my life. Apparently are pissed off. Dave heard it, and then that's when he starts laughing. So once again, just in case, as time moves on, are you telling me that Dave's a Trump supporter?
Dave taps a button
God
on the
damn it, Dave.
dashboard that activates the sliding
Watch out
door.
for the people, you know?
And when the door is about that far from closing, he yells out,
I'm building a wall.
Yay, now we finally have our reasoning. I thought he was going to kick his ass out.
I couldn't even get upset because I was too much in shock over the fact that that came out of someone 4 feet away from me. Alfred and I look like
Oh,
chickens.
Alfred, okay.
All of a sudden, my cell phone goes off. I pull out my phone and I see that it's a text message from Dave. And I said, that's right. He better say just kidding. He better say I'm sorry. I open up the text message and it says, and you're paying for it.
Exactly.
And people tell me, you still employ him after that? Yep. I trust Dave with my life every single night, and I wouldn't want anyone else but Dave at the wheel. I have a lot of respect and love for that guy, okay? Good dude, I know what's in his heart. Besides that, at the end of the day, he still has to drive around Mexicans.
Wow.
The point of the story
Whatever
is,
happened to the
just
king of the
because
Mexicans? Like
you
what
have
Chris
a
Rock
difference in
called you.
opinion, it doesn't mean that you can't have respect for one another. It doesn't mean you can't have friendships with one another. It is our differences that make us special.
And we are out of here. Gosh darn it, Dave. Again, best be aware of the people nowadays, because again, we do literally have some people who are literally, including myself, are literally fed up with the whole entire updates that we got from Trump. Again, I can't believe we're already starting World War III, am I right? Again, when the fuck is that asteroid coming to hit our planet? Because again, I would love to see that son of a bitch go to hell while we go to heaven. Again, the more mistakes that these motherfuckers do is apparently were, again, the reason why I think that, in my opinion, is a laughing matter. Again, I always think it's funny. Because again, this is why people need to understand, what have you done that can be much worse than what these motherfuckers are doing, like in Hollywood, or in Washington, or whatever it is, that they have done that's literally way worse than what you have done. Which is why I watch Adamat's podcast, I watch Sloan. Again, I watch their videos to literally laugh my ass off because I couldn't even understand and see. But after I see the video, now I understand and see, and I laugh my ass off. Again, the simple mistakes that these motherfuckers have done, that is literally way worse than what you have done and what I have done. That's why, again, you need to start thinking about stuff like this. But once again, ever since 2025 happened with the shocking poll results, that again, I thought those poll results are saying, oh yeah, maybe someday he's finally going to be gone from the White House and maybe we might have a new president. But again, maybe those polls are frauds because he's still at the White House, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dave, how could you? But again, I agree with Alfred, the way he's questioning, you still work with him after what he did to you? And he said, yeah. Well, once again, Fluffy, you're fucked. Because again, you're probably being driven around by someone who is a massive Trump supporter. Again, the way he's like, I'm building a wall! And then all of a sudden he texted you saying, you're paying for it. Again, I don't know if I should feel sorry for you. But anyways, that's literally Fluffy Bits. The thing that I'm more focused on is finding the truth about Kenny G. So once again, I think Fluffy lied. Apparently saying, oh yeah, he apparently was using words on Dave that he wouldn't allow him to use. Like he was being racist or he's using slurs. But all this time, How he got his ass kicked out of that bus was him having a shouting match with Dave because he's a slow-ass driver. And that was the reason why he got his ass kicked out of his own bus. So again, Fluffy, do not lie. But more importantly, that's literally just about it. If you guys want to see me do more Fluffy Bits reactions, comment down below. But if you have any other suggestions for reactions, but more importantly, new games and childhood classics, you know the drill. It is your boy, Creeper Gamer, saying peace, YouTube.